Okay, welcome back to this amazing Singer 404, born back in 1960. And if you follow us at all, you saw in our last listing we tried to illustrate the difference between different grades of leather. This piece right here is basically, it's called a dome piece. It would be used by bikers to protect them from the wind. Also, sometimes welders use this type of material to protect their hair and that from sparks that are flying. But the end result is that it's 100% leather, but because of the way it's processed, it's a much thinner grade leather. And you'll see people occasionally in videos and that sewing this type of soft leather and trying to say that it's the equivalent of sewing industrial grade type materials. It really isn't. It's much thinner, it's much easier to pierce, and that's why we use this type of leather when we're doing our sew-offs. Let me show you comparatively the thickness between these two. Actually, I'll put this one on top. I think it's easier to see. Hopefully the camera can get real tight. What you're seeing on top is the equivalent of 2 to 3 layers of soft leather, genuine leather, but dramatically thinner than this piece that we're going to be actually sewing off on. So when it comes to lighter grade leathers, it's easy to go through this stuff. When you have a machine like ours that we go through painstakingly to service and to get to that optimal power and optimal performance, not every 404, I would say very few, less than 3%, can sew this type of leather. Most any of them can sew this type of leather. Let me set this to the side, and I'm going to show you clearer the thickness again from the side. This is what we sew when we do leather sew-off demonstrations. Because of our level of confidence in our machines can do this and generally can do it with a great deal of ease. Not all machines, once they leave the factory, are still equal. Our machines are serviced, like I said, 6 to 8 hours. We go through testing, we go through every possible performance evaluation to make sure that ours are capable of doing this, and not just once, but on an ongoing basis. So enough talking, follow me down to the needle, and let me show you what this amazing 404 that we've serviced can do with leather of this thickness and of this grade. All right, here we go. If you blinked, and I've said this a million times, you missed it. I even started out kind of conservative because I wanted to give the machine a chance to kind of move into the leather, and it's like, catch up to me. And look at the quality as well. That stitch quality is absolutely picture perfect. The spacing, the formation is just unbelievably textbook perfect. Look at it vertically as well, and I'm going to try to turn it so that the camera can see that stitch formation and the stitch integrity. It doesn't get any better than that. Look at it again from the front. Hopefully the camera can really zoom in. Look at the thickness of that. And again, comparatively to a soft leather like this, look at that again. Let me get this lined up here. Look at that again, what we went through compared to what most people demonstrate with their machines. Our machine, I hate to say it, but our machine can do things that their machines, quite honestly, could never ever dream of. And if I turn it over, look at that lock-in stitch. That is everything about perfection. I'm going to try to really pull it back, and I hope the camera is extremely tight. We don't want to hide anything. We want you to see those stitches, and this is what you can expect in your own home should you be the winner. This Singer 404, it is everything about heavy duty.